So in this video we are going to create a Google account in the cloud. Go to console.cloud.google.com and we are here on the getting started page, but as a free trial you can get additional credits if you choose your country and set up what your organization needs. But we are not going to set up the account information. You can skip this if you just go to console.cloud.google.com, and this way you don't have to give your credit card details. You don't have to provide it. So if you are trying out, there will be no billings. So let's continue with the setup. Cloud overview, and we should go to cloud and products. So just type in products. Now let's make a Microsoft SQL Server instance. So let's search for SQL. Create a project. Let's choose a location. We have to organization will be this domain and location is the same. Let's create it. The name is too long. So let's create this. Okay, we have to give some credit card information. I will cut this out from the video and continue after providing my credentials. So after signing up, we got a pop-up window, and we should just select skip for now. For WordPress hosting you can find cheaper solutions on the market, I must say, but we don't care about this now. What we are going to do is go to SQL under the left panel of your window and create a Cloud SQL instance. We will choose SQL Server. In order to create an instance, you have to enable the compute engine API first. Enable API. This will take a while. Until it's working, we can navigate to other pages. So let's wait for the creation of the server instance until we will have an overview of the cloud services. Now what we are going to do is check the enabled APIs. So the API page should load in a couple of minutes. And you have a dashboard here. You can check the traffic, the data, but there are no available data yet to show. Okay, it's enabled. Select project. Sample SQL Server. Now we are going back to the SQL page. And we create an instance now with SQL Server. Failed to load. Okay. Retry. Now we choose SQL Server. We enabled the API previously. Now we should give a name. Sample SQL Server 1. Okay. Let's choose database version. Let's choose Express. It's a development. And let's choose region. You should choose which describes the best of your target audience, where the users will come from. So let's choose Central Europe 1. Where is the Europe? Then let's choose Central Europe 2. Single zone is enough for demo purposes, but we can specify zones. We just hide these settings, and we should check that public IP addresses is enabled. By default it's enabled. authentication is SQL Server authentication, that's fine. Data protection should be between 1 a.m. and 5 a.m. when everybody sleeps almost. Maintenance window, let's choose this Sunday 4 a.m. to 5 a.m. We don't need a flag. This one is fine, this option. And we should choose enable SQL Server audit. Browse, we don't have a bucket yet. Advanced options. Then we should create a bucket so we don't enable server audit. Labels, we don't need labels, so let's create the instance. So we had to change the name to lowercase. Now it's gonna take some while. You can see on the right bottom of your screen while it's creating the sample server. We save the password. And we are going to continue this video after the SQL Server has been created. So the SQL Server is created. It took about 7 minutes to deploy it in the cloud. Now we have a general overview of the server. Now go to the connections page. Under connections, go to the networking option, choose public IPs, add network, and you should add your network now, which is your current IP address on your local computer. But if you don't pay extra money for networking, your public IP address is changing every day or in a couple of days, like mine. So to find out the public IP address of your current state is the best if you go to speed.io. It's a speed test, and it provides you information with your internet connection, and it also displays your public IP address, which can be found here, and this should be your provider. Now we are not going to check the speed of my internet connection, but it looks fine. So name should be home. And we click done and add network, not saved yet. We go here and save it. Once we saved it, save. This. Let's save it. Now it's saving it. You can see in the right bottom corner that it's saving it. The cloud is quite slow today because it shouldn't take this much time. But until the cloud saves your network, extends your cloud network with your current IP address, what we just added to your network. Now, once it's done and it's saved, it took half a minute for saving one IP address, but it's okay. Choose a database tool. It can be a Microsoft tool, or I'm using DBEAVER. Now I prepare the connection here. Now what you should do is go to Overview, copy your public IP address, which is shown here. Go to your Database Manager tool, and click on Edit Connection. You should copy paste your host here. Your username can be found here. And just modify the password of the default password to use it. What I'm gonna do is just put SQL Server here. Now show all schemas and trust server certificate settings is enabled. Save password locally, and the port should remain the same as it's shown here. So we are testing the connection, and the test result is good, so we can go and continue. Now what we should see is a database. Probably we cannot write the master database. We should give it a try. Now I'm gonna open a database file. Let's create table customers. And we don't have permission yet, so what we should do is create a database which is called my first cloud DB. So we created the database. We don't have to save it, it saves it by default. Now we go back to the editor, and in the editor I'm gonna do a refresh, and there is my first cloud database. So in the connection options I'm just gonna use my first cloud DB, and what we are going to do is create a sample table, and the table is created. So we go back here, we do a refresh, and what we are going to see is there is a cloud, my first cloud DB, and we just created a table, customers. What we can see here, it's in the cloud. So you have a cloud Microsoft SQL Server, and you can connect from your local computer. And this was this session about. Thanks for watching, and sign up if you would like to see more content like this. Thank you. Bye bye.